Good morning. I've come to the mall at Cribbs Causeway while Heath is at a birthday party and I'm going to do a bit of shopping. It was a crazy rush this morning to get out of the house. I'd planned loads of time and we still ended up being 10 minutes late because one, I forgot that we had to wrap the presents that we'd bought, and two, I didn't remember that as well that we didn't have any petrol. So yeah, we were about 10 minutes late, but luckily there's a bit of buffer time between the time you're supposed to arrive and the party starting at 11, so it's not too bad. But I'm gonna go get a coffee and maybe a bite to eat because I am so hungry. I'm just having lunch in the car while I'm waiting for Heath to finish at the party. I got a oat matcha strawberry from Soho Coffee, and I think it's okay. It's a bit sweeter but not too overpowering sweet. I don't really know how to describe it. It makes it taste a bit more floral, yeah, I think a bit more floral. But it's not like the matchas that I'm used to. The matchas that I normally have with the strawberry in it, I think they have like some kind of compote? You know, the jam type things at the bottom, and that's what I'm normally a bit more used to. But I've got one of those, and I've also got quite a healthy one for me. So it's feta, squash, beetroot. Looks quite nice. So I'm just going to eat that. His party finishes in about 7 minutes. I picked up a couple of bits from Cribbs Causeway for Annabelle and me to share. These are the Victoria's Secret body mists, which were on 3 for 2, and I've got 2 vanilla based ones and this one which is pear, orange and orchid. And I also picked up these shorts from Marks and Spencer's because I am obsessed with gingham at the moment, and my style revamp is going to feature a bit of gingham in it. I want some trousers that are this black and white gingham style, but I can't find any that are not too expensive that I like at the moment. I guess the danger always is that they look a bit like pyjamas. Andy was watching the Forest match when I came home, so I thought I'd show you quickly what I got from M&S as a voiceover because I didn't want these chocolate twists to defrost. But basically I went to M&S because Sainsbury's was shut, and I got a couple of bits for dinner and some breakfast bits as well. These chocolate twists are so nice, but they're normally really expensive if you just buy them already cooked. So I got that for breakfast, and I also got some of this fully loaded chicken shawarma, and it is really, really nice. The only thing about it though is it takes about an hour to cook, but it's so worth it once it's done. Hello. Oh, you're so cute. Oh, hello. What's that? So cute. Oh. Yeah, Annabelle's desperate for a dog. So is Heath, to be fair.
Well, I can say she is fairly good. It's a pretty chilled breed.
I've just realised that I didn't introduce who the gorgeous little dog was, and that is Betty. And Annabelle's friend who came over for a sleepover her mum brought the dog with her because she's still only can't remember how old she is. She's just little dog, still a pup basically. I want to say she's 12 weeks old, and she's a Basset hound, and she has the most gorgeous temperament, and yeah, really super cute. Annabelle and Heath are desperate for a dog or some kind of pet, but it just won't work with our lifestyle because I work pretty much full-time hours, not like 9 to 5. I sometimes have to work into the evening and at weekends just to make up the time, but yeah, I'm in the office 2 days a week as well, so those 2 days I just wouldn't be home to look after the dog, and it just wouldn't be fair on them. I mean, we could get something like a hamster or some kind of little like animal, like a rabbit or a guinea pig or something like that, but I've said to the kids that if they want something like that, they have to clean out the cage themselves, and they don't want to do that. So at the moment, no pets for us. It is a couple of days later now, and I stopped filming because Annabelle had a friend over for a sleepover, and I was just taxi service. I dropped her off at the cinema, and then I picked her up after doing a bit of shopping at M&S, which you would have seen because I did a mini haul, and now I am just chilling because it's half term, and I am going makeup free today because when it was Easter I went to Italy and I didn't wear any makeup for the whole time I was out there, and the days before and the days after, and sorry, I feel like I've got something in my eye. And basically, because I didn't wear mascara for a week, my eyelashes were just so thick and full, so I'm doing a no mascara day today and just give my eyelashes a chance to recover. You may have seen in my get ready with me as well that my eyelash curler that I was using pulled out about 4 eyelashes when I released it, and it's a really old eyelash curler to be fair, but I've got rid of that now, and I used some vouchers that I had for Space NK to get a new eyelash curler for myself, so hopefully I won't lose too many going forward, but I may look at some vitamins to supplement my hair growth and like eyelash growth and that kind of thing, but I don't really know where I'm going with this. I'm just kind of babbling really. But today it's quiet day. What time is it? What day? No idea what day it is. It is Tuesday and it is nearly 11. I've only just gotten dressed and I haven't done anything with my hair, so it looks quite fluffy today. It's what I call my lion hair, but you may see Annabelle's little jelly cat there. She hasn't kept her room tidy at all. She tidied it for the sleepover, but other than that, no, it's been messy, so I've got it, but that's not a bad thing. I quite like it. I might steal it. Annabelle's called it Sally, so Sally the surfboard. Anyway, what have I got to update you on? Not a lot really. I've not been doing much interesting. I did see something on social media the other day saying that you shouldn't create content for like social media, that you should just document. So I might take that strategy going forward, because I always feel like I'm having to think of new things, and sometimes it can be a bit overwhelming trying to think of content. So I might try that and just do some more documenting rather than creating. And in that, I mean, I don't like create for like day in the life type things. I just document for those, but the content creation would be the top 5 books and that kind of stuff. But just judging from the views, not that many people were into that anyway, but I do like talking about books because it is a big part of my day-to-day, and I like the whole reading a book and looking at the kind of, like, you know, applying the meaning to your life and that kind of stuff. And I've done quite well with books this year. I've read 10 books, so basically averaging out at 2 a month. But I think March was a blip where I literally read nothing for the whole month. And a thing that I haven't been doing very much recently is crochet. And last year, and since 2022 maybe, when I started, I was always crocheting a project, but I feel that sometimes it's too complex for me. Hold on a second, Annabelle's singing really loudly. Yeah, so as I was saying, I think it was always too complex for me to do 2 things at once, so I'd often just end up sitting crocheting in silence when it was like a complex pattern. And now I've gotten to the stage on this particular blanket that I'm working on where it's just easy double crochet stitches, so I don't have to think about it too much, and I can listen to an audiobook or watch a TV program at the same time. So yesterday I did a bit of crochet, and I think I've maybe done it once or twice this year, and that's very rare for me, so maybe I'll be able to do a bit more. But I'll show you a couple of my patterns if anyone's interested in that, because I think it's quite a good thing to do to relax and for my whole self-care thing. Often when I meet people and they know that I crochet, they ask me how I learnt, and I literally learnt through YouTube. I was just watching videos, and it came about completely by accident because Annabelle wanted to learn how to crochet, and she couldn't do the granny squares, and so I learnt to show her, and then I ended up getting really addicted. I was going to say hooked, but that sounds too cheesy. And so I just carried on doing it, and I've made about a dozen blankets since then. But I've given I think I've only given one away, but the rest are all here. The one that I gave away was the coronation blanket for the King's coronation, and I gave that to my mum, so I can still see it like every time I go around there because she uses it all the time. But yeah, I just love crochet. Anyway, my battery's going to run out. I will carry on talking later. So I've actually given 2 blankets away because I've made one of these for my daughter's, one of her best friends, and it has her name on it there, so I still have to put Belle's name on here. So I'm on a Facebook group which is for crocheters, and we often talk about the blankets that are being made on which is called a CAL, a C-A-L, and it's a crochet along. And on this Facebook group we just like will follow one of the patterns that are online, and this one, I think I did this last spring, and this is another one that I made, and this lives in Annabelle's room. This one is the same pattern as the one underneath it, but as you can tell it's a lot smaller. Hold on, I'll show you how much smaller it is. It's that much smaller because just as I've gone along, my crochet stitches have improved, and so this is the one that I did first, and then I used the same pattern to make that one afterwards. But it takes me a few months to make each blanket, depending on how busy life gets. But as I was saying before, if it's a complex pattern where I've got these flowers and zigzag stitches and these bobbles, then it takes a bit more concentration, because if you mess up where you've got to put the flowers, they don't line up, and so yeah, it can take quite a bit of time and concentration. These ones are called tapestry stitches because they look like tapestry. This is the one that I'm currently working on. It's a Christmas crochet blanket, and in the original cowl, so like I mentioned, the crochet along, you're supposed to make these panels separately and then attach it, but just from past experience I found that it bunches if I do that, so I've just crocheted it directly to that, which did mean that I had to wait until the last pattern in the series was released before I could do that. So I did these pinwheels separately, and then I will attach them, which I'm a bit nervous about because I did it on the King's coronation one and I haven't done it since then, and that was a few years ago now, so I'm a bit nervous about trying to attach those without it bunching again, but everything else is quite smooth. And then what I was saying earlier about how it's easier to crochet these bits when I'm listening to an audiobook or watching the TV is because it's just a double crochet stitch, and that's not too taxing, so I can do that quite easily straight onto the end of that. So I've got to do that along here and there and also there, and then it's got a border which is like a gingerbread feel because it's like a gingerbread themed Christmas blanket.
Okay, dude.
Sorry this vlog is a bit longer than my normal ones. I did try and cut it down, but I wasn't quite sure what to take out because it kind of felt like if I did take some stuff out that there wouldn't be any watchable content. So hopefully you did enjoy it, even though it was very long, and if there's anything that you would like to see from me in the future, then just let me know. I am planning my next one to go out on Sunday, and I think that will be more of a sit down video rather than a vlog style one, just to mix it up a bit and not to make everything too samey. And also I think it puts a bit less pressure on me to do the day in the life type things, because I stress about them a bit because I always worry that the stuff that I'm filming is not that interesting. So if you do find it interesting, then yeah, please just let me know. That'll be really helpful. Thanks, I hope you enjoyed it. See you soon, bye.